Hello everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming video. So in the last tutorial we saw how we could change these things, like for example the background color and other stuff, right? So today we are gonna work on the home page, but before that let's do a little trick, okay, regarding the background. So instead of using uh, where is that? Instead of rendering the background color only, let's go to the header. This is the header, and you can see I am using, okay, dismiss this. I'm just using this background color. Now I'm going to change this, okay, and use something different. I am going to create a text box uh, that has CSS for the body, and this will allow us to do some neat tricks. So let's work on that. Okay, so let's go to the administrator part. So let's go here, open this one. This is going to be admin, and this is admin 123 and login. There you go. And manage settings. We have these variables. So I'm going to change a few things in here. First off, we will go to the vars. Where is this one? This is vars. Good. So what do we have? We have site background color, right? But instead of this, I'm gonna have the following. I will have CSS. Okay. Not site CSS, but basically it is body CSS. I will leave it CSS like this. Okay, so I'm gonna say CSS. Okay, so we replace the variable like this. Now we need to update the database, right? So this is gonna be CSS and nothing. It will be nothing. This looks good so far, and now I need to update the database itself. So let's go here. Come on. Okay, that's good. Let's go to content management system, and from there okay, so this is vars. Okay, so it's this one. Obviously I cannot edit from here because this table doesn't have a primary key, so I'm just gonna make var name a primary key so that I could change it right away. So this one more, I'm gonna make this primary. Yes, okay. Okay, now we have a primary key. Let's go to browse, and we will get the information. And background color, I'm gonna change this now to CSS, and this is gonna be an oops, come on. This is gonna be an empty string. And enter. Okay, so the CSS value is empty string. So far so good. Now let's go back to our code. Now in the view logic, we are going to change this to site CSS, and we are going to get CSS here. Okay, so this looks great actually. And yeah, now the last thing we want to do is to go to the header. This is the header, right? So Where is the body in our case? Not the header of the admin, I'm very sorry about that. I mean the header of the site. There you go. And where is it? Instead of this, I will just say I want you to use site CSS, and we save this. So far so good. Okay, so let's go and refresh. There will be nothing here. Let's go to this one. Oh, we'll have an error certainly. I forgot to update the settings page in the administrator. So where is the settings? The admin. Where are the settings? Come on, come on, come on. Okay. So this is gonna be CSS. Okay. So instead of this is gonna be what? CSS, and this is gonna be site CSS. Awesome. Now we want to go to do update setting. Where is do update setting? It's in the logic of the administrator, and do update. Okay. Now this is gonna be site CSS. Site CSS. Okay. Actually, the variables are already loaded from the database. Oh no, this is on the main website. I'm sorry. Here we have this to update. Yeah, site CSS. We get the variable site CSS, and then we update the variable. CSS. There you go, and this is gonna be CSS, and this is gonna be back site CSS. Okay, so far so good, I suppose. And this is CSS, and this is CSS. There you go. This should be it. Now let's go to the administrator and refresh first. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say background color light blue. So I'm writing full CSS in here, and now update this. Okay, so far so good. Now let's refresh, and we are getting the same effect. However, what this means is that in here we could actually write lots of many other things. So I need to change this to be a text area so that we have a big text box. So let's go to the administrator, and where is the page for rendering the settings? It's this one. And instead of this, this is gonna be instead of CSS, instead of input, it will be text area. There you go. It has a name certainly, and we are going to say the width is let's say 8 centimeters or something like that, so that it's a little bit big. And we will have text area, and what we want to have in here is this what was it, site CSS. There you go. This is what we need. Now let's go to the administrator again. Let's refresh the page again, and now we have this text box. Let's update this a little bit and say height 8 centimeters. Maybe the width is 12 centimeters will be better. We refresh this again. Okay, now we can work a little bit more. Yeah, this is awesome. Now I will say online CSS background effects. Let's say, okay, CSS gradient generator. So we could do something like this. Let's see. Okay, so what do we have in here? Okay, so the part above in here, we could actually change this to be something like that. You can see now we can have this effect, if it makes sense to you, right? So here, I don't know. I'm not very good in selecting colors and stuff. Maybe we could choose something like this, maybe something like this or this. We could use this CSS, maybe make it radial. Yeah, this looks nice actually. And we could now copy the CSS. We say copy, go to the administrator and update this, and yeah, I pressed update. Now we just refresh and it didn't work, as you can see here. Very sorry about that. Manage settings, let me see. Oh, I think I know why, because this one was not closed correctly. I think the length of the field is not the field is not large enough. Okay, so let me go to the structure in here of the vars table. I'll show you what the problem is. Okay, so this one can hold up to 100 characters. This is not good. So I'm gonna change this. Come on. Yeah, so I'll make it 3000 characters. Okay, and I will just save. Okay, so now it's working. I am going to copy this again, go to the administrator, paste it, and update. Good. Now if we refresh, you get the effect. As you can see, this is much better. So before I continue, let me just although it looks hideous, I know, but the idea counts, right? The idea is what counts here. This is gonna be 3000 just to okay. So we could actually try to find something better looking. Okay, so the second color will be maybe this one. Yeah, and now I will just copy this and copy and go to the administrator, manage settings, change the CSS and update. Awesome. Now we refresh and we get something like this. Yeah, the menu is not distinct enough, as you can see, but you get the idea. Certainly it needs a little bit of tinkering in here, because let me see, we could make this linear, radial. Yeah, wait, I think we need to these guys need to be, oops, why is this like that? Okay, go here, and yeah. So there are many possibilities, and I'm not good enough with that, so very sorry about it. But if you find a good CSS for such effect, well, you can make something pretty. And usually coming up with good colors, coloring schemes, requires a person who's a professional in such things. Yeah, so this is one thing. I'm not sure if we could no, this means they try to add a few other things. Anyway, so I'm not sure, there could be other CSS effects, right? So CSS background generator. Let's see, maybe we could find something better. And yeah, so here, gradients box, show oops, text shadows. You can see here, you can see there are lots of effects and stuff you could find online. Okay, and transforms and so on, maybe even backgrounds and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the basic idea. Sorry, I spent lots of time on this, but just showing you it is possible to generate or add cool customization in a very simple way. Okay, so that said, let's now work on something important in here, which is the home page. Okay, so actually I don't like this a lot. I'm very sorry. So let me just say, come back here. I'm gonna say background color light blue semicolon, and we update this. Awesome. Refresh. Yeah, came back the way it was. Anyway, but now we have better customization to our variables. Okay, now we go to the next step. Now if we select the home page, nothing happens, right? There is nothing to be rendered here. Okay, because in the home control, in the home method, let's go to the view control here. What do we have? We have home, okay, which is being rendered here, and we have a section, and we have what? We have article, and the article action has the logic to render an article, obviously, and the section's the same, but for home, usually the home page should view maybe the latest article, right? So from that we could get the latest article and render it on the home page, if that makes sense. Okay, so we could actually do that. So let's try to do such a thing. So from the article, we just need to get the article, but this time it's not by ID, but basically we need to add a method that loads the latest article, if that makes sense. Now if we go back to the admin and look into articles, okay, every article being added, has this ID, and this ID is auto increment. So if we get the article with the maximum ID, it is the latest article. Okay, we could later on add few things to make it, the default. To make a specific article render as the default, but this one will be for the home page. Okay, so we are going to add the following logic to get the latest article. So go to articles here, and where is get articles in section? Get articles. Now we get article by ID. So I am gonna say here, I'm going to copy this code and do the following stupid trick. Get article with max ID. There you go. So here I'm going to say the following. Okay, so here select star from articles where article ID is equal to select max article ID from articles. There you go. Okay, so select max article ID from articles, and basically this will allow you to get the article with the maximum ID. Okay, very simple, very straightforward, and that's it. Okay, so get article with max ID, go here, let's go to the logic of the view. Yeah, so go here, where is the home, this is the home. Okay, we find the sections, go here and go here, get article what with max ID, and we don't need other parameters. Very straightforward. And then we go render the home page. Now, where is the rendering of articles? This is the rendering of articles, as you can see here. Okay, so we just say in here we have these. Where is the home page? This is the home page. And oh, wait a minute, let me go have a look at this one. We after the menu we just include this and then the footer. Awesome. So let's go to the home. Okay, PHP, there you go. We just paste, that's it. We refresh the page and there's error. View line 41. Okay, so there's a view line 41. Oh, did I forget to save all? Maybe forgot to save all, and now we refresh. Could not connect to the database, CMS view. So let's go to articles. Come on. And put a breakpoint in here and run a debug. Listen for xdebug in here and refresh. Okay, so section article ID, blah blah blah, and so F10, and there's an error. Okay, so there's this error. Yeah, error in SQL syntax. So let me stop for a second. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So basically there is a syntax error, and in order to see the full error, you have error syntax, check the manual corresponding near the closing bracket. So I'm doing something horrible with this quell statement. So what is it? Select star from articles where article ID equal select max article ID from articles. So I am closing this bracket. Oh, an extra bracket, that was the issue. Sorry about that. Anyway, and now let's refresh, and this is the latest article I made. Now, one important distinction here. If we look at the articles, there is article published, so I shouldn't render all the articles, only the published ones, right? So maybe an article is not published, so I shouldn't select it. So let's just make sure of that. And where article published equals yes. We save and we refresh again. Okay, so now let's go to DDD. Sorry. Let's go back. Manage articles. So I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna change this to not published and press edit. And now look at the home page when I refresh. And first day of the year. And if you look here, you'll find that first day of the year, this is the first the only available article being published. Yeah, that's very straightforward. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we could actually yeah, do whatever we like here. We could write some cool stuff and so on. So if you look at the site now, we have a dynamic site. It doesn't look much, but if you spend enough time, you could change its CSS. You could have, you have menus to display different articles and so on, right? And you have your home page. Certainly this is not finished, so let's try to improve things a little bit, right? So let's work on the footer here, right? So the problem is if you go to the footer, this is the footer. Okay, so there is nothing in here, certainly. And I'm gonna add a div and gonna close it, equal, let's say, site, what was it, email? Yeah. So this should show me, let's go back here. If we refresh, we get the site email, but it shouldn't appear in here. It should appear at the very bottom. So this part I'm gonna do certainly is not about PHP, but rather your knowledge of CSS and stuff like that. And I am already horrible in that, so I'm going to consult the internet as usual. So CSS show email at the bottom of the page, always align to bottom of page. Okay, so maybe something like this. I'm not sure. Copy. Let me click in here. So this guy tried something, doesn't appear to work for him. Let's try this reply. Maybe this fix it, or maybe the next one. Oh, so maybe this. Really? Copy. Okay, so I'm gonna say style equals. Is it possible it's that simple? There you go. Yeah. So now I will just switch to this and refresh. Wow! That is not possible, is it? You can't imagine how many times I tried this and it failed. Okay. Way to go, Google. Anyway, so Googling stuff is good. Anyway, although this was Bing, not Google. Anyway, so what also do you want to say here? Actually, we want to make this like a hyperlink. So we need to add this a. Okay, and this is gonna be /a, and then we just say href equals mail to, and go here, and I'm going to say contact me at And now I'm gonna refresh and look at that. Now we have a link, and if I press in here, an email client will be, called. Okay, so it's working perfectly now. One other thing you might want to do with this is to say font size small, or you could say extra small, semicolon. And we refresh. Yeah, this is too small. I'm sorry. Maybe just small, font size small, and we refresh. Yeah, this looks much better than before. So we managed to improve the overall CSS of the site, right? We made it more customizable. We created the home page. We also managed to create a simple and stupid footer, right? So let us go to our to-do. So yeah, we finished this one. Okay, so let's go to the progress. We didn't do much, but we just fixed footer, made site CSS customizable from admin, and yeah, and created rendering for home page. Okay, so we finished these steps. So let us go and commit the changes Okay, so what is still there to do? I think we finished most of the site, but we are going to start working with the fun part, or more fun part in my opinion, which is working with images. So in the wait a minute, menu render for these sections, we already did this. Update, we already did this actually. Okay, we will do this later on. And yeah, so I think we are going to finish everything in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. Okay, so the site will be kind of up and running, but maybe we'll add few extra trick after we finish everything. So in the coming video we will work on uploading files. We will see how we could upload an image, and that image will be rendered as logo. Okay, so I hope you find this useful. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye bye.